What's poppin'? So it's Kylie, and I'm back with another video today. Today I'm going to be sharing a little bit of how I purchased my first, well, not my first car, but purchased the car by myself. And basically, a lot of people have been hitting me up wanting to know how I did that. And I'm just going to be sharing the process with you guys and how I was able to do that at the age of 19. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So I want to say exactly a year ago, my grandparents bought me my first car. It was a 2005 Kia Spectra. So they purchased that car for me. I had it for about a year. And then the car just started having a whole bunch of problems. Like the car would, every time I would start the car, would start making this rattling sound. And my uncle, he's a mechanic. So he would look at it and he just would not be able to fix it. And it was kind of like getting embarrassing driving around town and I'll be at a red light and it'll start making that sound and everybody would just look at me and I was kind of just like over it at this point. I had been dealing with that for a couple of months now. And then I went to Boston. When I came back from Boston, my uncle had gotten into an accident with my car. So I was just kind of over it at this point. It was just like, whatever. I just kind of want to go buy my own car. So, plus my car needed to be inspected anyways. And it just needed too much work to get through the inspection. It needed new tires, that rattling sound, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But yeah. So I decided to wake up one morning and my uncle took me to the dealership. He said, let's just go to the dealership, you know, to explore cars and see what you like. And for those of you who know, who have purchased a car before, once you go to a dealership, they try to keep you hostage. And they're going to try to get you into a car that day, even if you don't want to. So I went there. Basically, the reason why I went to the dealership was to get an appraisal for my Kia. For those of you who don't know what appraisal is, basically if you're trying to trade in a car, you just want to know the value of the car, how much you're going to get to trade it in. So that's what the appraisal was. And when they check for an appraisal, basically they're going to do a test drive with your car. They're going to check to make sure everything works and if it's straight, if it's fixable, etc. And then they give you a quote. And if you like that quote, you can trade in your car. If you don't, you can get back in your car and leave. They gave me an appraisal, and their price was pretty good because my grandparents only paid $2,300 for the car, and they were trying to give me $1,200 for the car. And I thought that was a decent price because that car needed a lot of work. So yeah, I accepted the appraisal. They checked my credit. I got approved. And once I got approved, that's when they started to pressure me into a new car. Even though I didn't really want to get into a new car that day. I wanted to go to other dealerships, you know, because the same dealership that I went to go get the appraisal is the same dealership I bought the Kia from. So I just wanted to, you know, explore my options, try out different dealerships and stuff, and, you know, weigh out my options. So once my credit got approved, they were like printing out papers, asking me all these questions, had me test drive like 10 cars. And I was just like, oh my goodness, this is so stressful. And I was doing this by myself. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I kept calling my dad every 5 minutes, asking him what I should do and if he liked the car and all that stuff. So I ended up purchasing a new car. At the age of 19, I bought a car by myself. Of course, I'm financing it, so I have a car note every month, Lord. But I'm like extremely blessed because there are a lot of people who can't purchase a car, who don't get approved to even purchase a car, that are way older than me. And I already have a whole bunch of responsibilities. I'm a teen mother, single teen mother at that. I purchased everything for my daughter. I'm just like, I have a lot on my plate. So for me to be able to get approved to purchase a car and keep up with payments and stuff, that was like, I just felt so good, but so bad. Because I was just like, I'm not going to be able to do nothing. Once I start paying these bills, I'm not going to have a social life. I'm going to be at work, at school, and home. Like, that is it. But yeah, I got approved, and then that's when we started to test drive cars and stuff. So I really fell in love with this. Before I fell in love with the Chevrolet Cruze, which is the car that I actually bought, I fell in love, I think it was 2016 Toyota Camry. And I just fell in love with it. And what other car did I fall in love with? I love the Hyundai Elantras, but the only issue with the one they had at their dealership was the interior was tan. And I have a daughter, so I want my interior to be black, okay? Because I don't want no stains or nothing to be visible. That would be bad. But yeah, I fell in love with those two cars. There was also a 2016 Chrysler. I love that car, but it was just a little bit too much for me. You know, this is like my first car. I'm going to have plenty more. But I just wanted to do something small. So I ended up purchasing the 2014 Chevrolet Cruze. I'll post a picture of it somewhere around here if I can figure out how to do that. Yeah, so I ended up purchasing that, and it's white. It has black interior. It's also leather. It has power seating. It has heated seats. I don't think it has navigation, but I can get navigation. It's an option because I have OnStar. So OnStar, I guess, puts navigation in your system or whatever. Not the whole screen, but like direction-wise. But I don't really need navigation because I have Siri, you know. She helps me get to where I need to go. Also, it has like Pandora, XM Radio, Sirius. It has everything. I'm in love with it. It's a RS. Yeah, so I'm happy about my purchase, and that's pretty much the process of purchasing my car. Building up my credit. Of course, if you don't have any credit, you're not going to get approved. So basically a couple of years ago, well, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, before I started college, I got a college credit card through Wells Fargo. And that's how I've been building up my credit. It's called the college card, Wells Fargo. I'm pretty sure other banks have it, but that's my bank. I applied for the credit card, and that has helped me build up my credit tremendously. Every time I would use the card, I would pay it back like immediately, and that's pretty much how I built up my credit. So that's my credit. My credit's good. I mean, it could be better, but like I said, I have a daughter, so I can't always pay it on time because sometimes, you know, like I get stuck in a hole and I'm just like, buy this for her or pay my credit card bill. And I just end up putting my daughter first, of course. So that's what I do. And then that's kind of been screwing me up with paying my my card. I mean, I pay my bill on time, don't get me wrong, but I might be like a day or two late. So that, I don't know if that affects my credit score. Also, I still have a hospital bill that I haven't paid. I mean, I used to pay it, but I kind of like forgot about it over time now that I'm not living in Georgia anymore. And I don't receive the little mail things, you know, the payment things in the mail. So I don't even know how to pay that bill anymore. I have to figure out how to. So that's kind of messing me up. But other than that, my credit score is fine. I'm not, like, I feel like for my age, my credit score is awesome. But yeah, that's how I built up my credit. I have 2 credit cards. I have the Wells Fargo college card, and I also have, what do I have? My job. I have an Old Navy credit card, but I'm about to get rid of that one because it's just getting me in too much trouble. I shop too much. Yeah. So those are the 2 credit cards that I have that have helped me to build my credit. I also pay my own phone bill, and the car that my grandparents bought for me last year was in my name, so that helped me build up my credit as well. I owned a car. So those are just a couple of advice. That's just a couple of advice. But there are dealerships out there that provide cars, well, that allow people with no credit to purchase cars. I know this one place out here is called Drive Time, and they get people in cars who don't have any credit at all, but you just have to pay that bill on time. So yeah, there are dealerships out there that will help you get into a car even if you don't have any credit, but majority of them you do have to have some type of credit. And that's how I built up my credit though the past couple of years. I always paid my phone bill on time. I owned a car, and I always paid my credit card bills on time. And yeah, that's how I built up my credit, and that's how I purchased my car. Now, with purchasing the car meant I had to get on my own insurance policy or whatever. So that kind of screwed me up because my grandfather was paying for that when I had the Kia, but now I have to pay for it myself. So yeah, I guess I'll tell you guys how much I'm paying for both. For insurance, I'm paying $212 a month. And for my car note, I'm paying $260 a month. Yeah, that's my payments. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have any more questions about how I was able to purchase my own car, leave them down below, and I will answer them for you guys. See you guys in my next video. Bye!